Hello student, very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope you all are happy, healthy and fine at home. Do you remember what were we discussing yesterday? I think yesterday we were discuss about the scheme number 15, how step by step the compounds are synthesized by using different reagent and keeping proper reaction condition achieved the good yield of every intermediate that we have discussed in our previous lectures. So today what we are going to discuss, look at the board, second approach or the second perspective to the originally assigned structure of Van-Ussel B, because we are discussing the synthesis of Van-Ussel B. Van-Ussel B is a natural product. There are different characteristics or the important feature we already discussed, and that's why the second approach, first perspective we already discussed. Now we started the second approach or second perspective to the originally assigned structure of Van-Ussel B, and the failure to optimize the yield of cyclization of substrate minus 73 prompted them to consider placing a chelating group at the beta position of the aldehyde functionality, and this modification was considered to be favorable for the desired SMI2, means samarium diiodide induced ring closure, by virtue of its potential to restrict the ketyl radical intermediate from assuming the anti-periplanar arrangement required for the non-productive carbon-carbon bond cleavage. See structure 74, which is represented in scheme number 14. The orthogonality of the same and acetonide protecting group was also of importance, as it was anticipated to facilitate the eventual construction of Van-Ussel A from Van-Ussel B, and this maneuver required the construction of a new aldehyde partner for coupling with vinyl iodide minus 26, and they choose the same group as a suitable chelator at the C26 position with an acetonide group blocking the C25 and C22 sites. Design elements that define aldehyde plus minus 86 as their next target, which is represented in a scheme number 16, and that the scheme number 16 that we are going to discuss here right now at the moment. Let us see the scheme number 16. Scheme number 16, which is synthesis of aldehyde. Synthesis of aldehyde, synthesis of aldehyde plus minus 86 plus minus 86. So, let us see the structure number 41, which we already, let us see, this is a structure which we already saw in our OH over here. Here also OH 25 and here OH 26, that is a labeled carbon atom that mentioned over here. Then here is a O TIPS, that is a protected hydroxyl group primary. Then there is a carbon carbon double bonds at this position, and this is the structure of nothing but plus minus 41. And when the reagent is added on it, a reagent which is AC2 acetic anhydride in presence of 4-DMAP, that is 4-dimethyl amino 4-NN dimethyl aminopyridine, that is the full form of that DMP, 4-NN dimethyl amino, the full, let us see the full form of that 4-DMAP means 4 in bracket NN dimethyl aminopyridine, that is a name of that compound, 4,4-dimethyl aminopyridine, or the structure if you can see over here. Let me draw that structure, this one. Here the structure I am showing over here, N, this is a structure of DMP. 4 is here, if you starting from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, at 4 position there is a NN dimethyl aminopyridine, that is a tertiary amine present over here. And now when it is treated with acetylation is carried out on it, so what do you get? Acetylation selectively or in a controlled condition, the acetylation takes place at this position only. So that is a chemoselective over here, and that's I am going to show over here. So this is the structure which I have drawn here, I have represented over here, this one. Here is a 5-membered ring. Here we can show as it is hydroxyl group. Here is a hydroxyl group remains as it is. Here O acetyl group here, and this is a protected TI, protect PS, that is a tertiary isopropyl silyl group present over here, and this is the olefin which remains as it is. So this is the structure we got over here. This structure is nothing but as a plus minus 82. Observe this structure carefully. What kind of the changes you can observe there? Only the replacement of that hydrogen atom by acetyl group, that is the change, and all the other part of the organic compound remains as it is. Due to the acetylation, this is a additive added over there, and selectively these secondary alcohol get protected, acetylation carried out, and we get selectively protected over there. And now after that, on this He2, now remember, now I am inverting the arrow, you stay with your continuity, don't get confused. Here now arrow I am inverting over here, but you should be keep as it is. Now B reagent, that is CSA, camphor sulfonic acid, as we already discussed in our previous lecture. And other one, this is the structure I have drawn over here, that is a 2-methoxypropene, that is the structure, and C reagent will be this one, MgBr, which is a methyl magnesium bromide, well known reagent it is, that is a Grignard's reagent. How could this Grignard's reagent prepared? It's very easy. The starting material is a methyl bromide treated with pure magnesium metal in presence of dry ether. Dry ether is employed during the synthesis. The reason behind it, if the aqueous ether or ether containing any drop of water, it catches the fire during that reaction. To avoid such incident or the accident, the dry ether is generally employed during the synthesis of Grignard's reagent, and the resulting compound obtained is a MEmgBr, and this compound is called as a organometallic compound. As far as the synthetic organic chemistry is concerned, whenever it is added in the carbonyl group, there is, you will observe there is a formation of new carbon-carbon bond, and therefore synthetically, in a synthetic organic chemistry, it is very useful, and that's why Grignard's reagent is a versatile reagent. Variety of the organic compound we can prepare by using that reagent. The next reagent, the D reagent, and D reagent will be the this one, same chloride, ACmCl, that is and in presence of I2 diisopropyl ethyl amine, that is a tertiary amine used here. After that, what do you get? After the addition of all these reagents together, you are going to get the product, and that product I am representing here. So you can see clearly 5-membered ring, one of the common 5-membered ring joined over here. This is another 5-membered ring. Here the oxygen atom, here also as the oxygen atom, there is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 3 oxygen atom get protected due to this group, and now at this position OSES, same this group is a protecting group which can protect over there. Protection can be done at this center. This is a carbon 13, and here the olefin remains as it is. Now here the protected primary alcohol, which is TiPS, that is also remains as it is, and this is the structure number 83 which we got here, the plus minus 83, that is the structure we have obtained over here. And after this 83, when now I am again changing the position of that arrow, but you must be alert. You always try to keep the sequence as it is. Now I am showing that is 83, I am going to get the structure number 84. So by adding E reagent which is O3 in presence of PH3P, that is a ozonolysis. Ozonolysis is a process of breaking down the target, process of breaking down the carbon-carbon double bond to get the smaller fragment of aldehyde and the ketone is known as ozonolysis. And ozonolysis, it is a very important process as far as organic synthetic chemistry is concerned, and this reagent immediately followed with the F reagent, that is a KH potassium hydride, which is act as an base, then allyl chloride, which is a very good reagent. And after doing all these things, what do you get? Ozonolysis can break as a carbon-carbon double bond, rest of the part, other part of the organic molecule remains intact. So I am showing that structure here once again. This is a 5-member which I am showing, so you can observe these structures. Here is a O, then here this is a protected. After that there will be OACM same, which can protect the secondary hydroxyl group. Here OTIPS, which is also as a primary alcohol, which is protected with TIPS, triisopropyl silyl. And now here the double bond which is going to come over here, then there will be oxygen atom, then this type of the structure we will get, and this is nothing but as a structure number plus minus 84. Plus minus 84, this is a sigma tropic rearrangement could be possible, and that is why in that way they were think, and that is exactly they have done, and they have got the product which I am going to here. This this double bond attacking over there, double bond shifted over, and this breaking forming as a double bond over here. And after doing all these things, the structure number 85 which you are going to get, and that structure number 85 which is I am showing here. So you can see this structure once again, or you can see the structure again and again, so that you will find it will be very easy to draw that structure. This is a protected group which I am showing over here. Another one OACS, same group which is protecting over here, and this is a OTIPS. This is the group which remain, only changes are taking place over here like this. So here is a hydroxy group, and now here becomes as a allelic. Allele group is attached over there and it is shown like this, and this is nothing but as a structure number -85. This is a structure number -85 which we got here. And after this, what you are going to get, let us see here. I am not here. No, here now remember, I forgot to show that arrow. After this 84, which I am got this one by treating with G reagent, and as we know that G reagent is a 200 degree centigrade, higher temperature, microwave irradiation, microwave irradiation, followed by this one NaBH4, that is a sodium borohydride in presence of methanol, MeOH. After doing that, we will get this a sigma tropic rearrangement and sodium borohydride. That aldehyde group can be converted into as a primary alcohol. That is a utility of that reducing reagent which is used over here. So after getting as a 85, and when now I am once again adding the reagents, these are the reagent. After adding on this 85 so many reagents, reagent number H I am adding here BOM, BOMCl, BOM chloride, and followed by IPR2 NET, then HI. I reagent will be the same which we have used previously, O3, then PH3P triphenylphosphine, then J reagent will be the TBSCl, tertiary butyl acylyl chloride in presence of DBU, and after that the K reagent, and K reagent will be once again ozonolysis O3 and PH3P, that is a triphenylphosphine. These are the different reagent added on these compound number -85. You are going to get the structure number 86, which is our target molecule for the scheme number 16, synthesis of aldehyde plus minus 86. So that's the aldehyde we have prepared over here. So now let me show that structure over here. This is a structure which I have obtained over here, this one. Now this is a 5-membered ring joined over here. Other part of the molecule remains as it is. Then here this is a protected secondary group with same. This is a protected primary group with TIPS, tertiary triisopropyl silyl chloride, and here we are going to get as a aldehyde, and this is a alcohol which is protected by BOM, like this. bomb, and this structure is nothing but as a plus minus 86. That is the structure which we have got over here. So, that is our what we can call it as a main agenda to synthesize that structure and which we got over here. The synthesis commenced with triol plus minus 41 C scheme 8 for its preparation, which remarkably underwent selective acetylation AC2O 4-DMAP ET-thrition to afford monoacetate plus minus 82 in 79% yield. And this 42 years event allowed them to introduce the acetonide group at the C25 oblique C22 location, that is a 2-methoxypropene CSA catalyst 82% yield. Remove the acetate group, that methyl magnesium bromide, which is a Grignard's reagent, temperature 50 degrees centigrade, and overall yield obtained is a 96%. And install the same group of the C26 position, same chloride, IPR2NET, NBU4I, 96% overall yield were obtained as required. A foreigning fully protected intermediate plus minus 83. The remaining steps from plus minus 83 to aldehyde plus minus 86 proceeded through intermediates plus minus 84 and plus minus 85 and followed the same route previously discussed in scheme 8 for the synthesis of aldehyde plus minus 27 as summarized in scheme 16, which have just now seen. And following their previously described fragment coupling protocol, that is a C scheme 13, vinyl iodide minus 26 was smoothly united with aldehyde plus minus 86, affording the expected 1:1 mixture of allylic alcohols plus minus 87 and minus 88 in 80% combined yield scheme 17. And that scheme number 17, before that whatever the reagent, different reagent and the condition which are used during this synthesis, that reagent and the condition, the detail of it, the how much equivalent or the percentage in what solvent that is used, that we are going to discuss in our next lecture. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.